Rudy Gobert has been suspended by the Timberwolves. He is out for the play-in game against the Lakers for throwing a punch at teammate Kyle Anderson in a team huddle on Sunday. This is how it sounded when the punch was thrown.
Regular season finale, and we had a scuffle on the Timberwolves bench. Anderson and Rudy Gobert. That's just something you don't see every day. I know the tensions. You've played in this game. You've been in a lot of heated battles.
I like how calm the demeanor is. You really just don't see that every day.
He just punched a guy. Yeah.
He had it coming.
Brick, you hit a guy with a trident. Yeah. They were arguing over play on the court, and according to Gobert, the big trigger was when Anderson called him a B word several times. They were arguing about blocking shots versus playing defense, and apparently Anderson said, "Why don't you block a shot, you blank," and that's when Gobert just tried to slug him, and now he's suspended for the first game against the Lakers, which, hey, boy, this fits with that Laker lineup of, hey, here they come after the trade deadline, and here they go through the play-in round and on into the first round of the tournament. This fits with them.
It works nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The convergence of circumstances, may the odds be forever in your favor.
You know, there's two big things for this before we get to the Lakers aspect of it, is that there are trigger words that, look, I'm not for fighting, I'm not for violence, I'm not that kind of guy, but I do understand when certain words are said that a reaction happens that someone should have thought better of. And it doesn't always need to be like need to be a slur of a word or something else. It could be anything. Like, and sometimes it's like, well, my manhood was challenged and I have to stand up for it. Right? There's no way I can't. There's a guy who wanted to fight me during a softball game because I called him a meathead.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
You called him a meathead. I called him a meathead. See, you blew past that, and I just said a guy wanted to fight me in softball. You just said that doesn't surprise me. like that goes along with my person. It doesn't. Oh, wait, you called him a meathead.
Well, I mean, we work in radio. We're smart asses by trade, which means it's going to creep into our everyday lives. And just guess what? Not everybody's going to be on board or understand where you're coming from. You say meathead, and 95% of people laugh, go, wow, he said meathead. You got 5% of folks. Those are fighting words. You want to go? Let's go.
We were playing in I was playing in Fox League. This is a few years ago.
Oh, at the Bad News Bears Field over there?
Yeah, actually it was the Bad News Bears
Field. I
used
to work right across the street in that building. That's where we did all our video stuff.
And we played a game against this team, and we were beating them badly in the last inning. And they were not happy that we were winning because we were the Yankees. We were the evil empire. Nobody liked us because we won almost every year. And so we're beating them. Excuse me.
You're beating them badly, and now they're giving you a Darth Vader chokehold from hundreds of miles away.
Suddenly I'm Admiral Piet. And so we're beating them pretty bad in the last inning. And the thing is that the way the playoffs work is that the top seed would play the bottom seed, and the second seed play the next low seed. That's how the playoffs work. So everybody made it, but you had to win to make it far. And so one of the guys on the other team says, "Oh yeah, wait till we see you in the playoffs. Wait to see you in the playoffs." And I said, "You guys think you're going to make it deep enough to play us in the playoffs? Are you kidding?" Right? Because I was just sick of this guy. And he goes, and all of a sudden guys on the team go, "Well, everybody makes the playoffs. What are you talking about? Everybody, you don't even know the rules." I'm like, oh my God. And I said, "You didn't even listen to what I said, meathead. I said you're not going to make it far enough." And he got up off the bench and wanted to fight me. Luckily, I had a bat in my hand because I was coming up to bat.
Luckily, I had a bat.
Because if I didn't have the bat in my hand, I don't know what would have happened, right? So because he's coming over and I go, "What? And then people start getting in the middle, and the look in his eyes, but because I called him meathead, because I said you're a meathead, and he was just like, "That's not what I said, meathead. Everybody, you're not going to make it far enough." Oh, and it was okay. So we finished that. We finished it. There was no handshake after the game, anything else. I was like, because if I had not called the guy a meathead, he wouldn't have wanted to fight me.
And then you started to have explained to him, in the 1970s, Norman Lear created a sitcom starring Carol O'Connor
and
Rob Reiner.
I should have said it like Archie Bunker. Listen, meathead.
Yeah, it was pretty close the way you said it. I think part of the point here is whether there was any latent resentment. Right, it's like any relationship, work or home, and whatever you're doing, where there might be just little things that just it's building up, but not enough to take you over the top. Right, little transgressions, microaggressions, as they'd call them here in 2023, and then all of a sudden something small that you would normally brush off suddenly becomes all right. That's it.
Yeah.
It's go time.
No.
And that's what I'm wondering if here, like they had a bunch of disagreements, defensive end or effort or whatever over the course of the year. Rudy Gobert seems to be like a guy everybody likes to fight, just for what it's worth.
Sure.
The last couple of years have not been kind for him in that regard. But you just get to a point where, all right, that's it. I'm tired of you chirping at me, tired of whatever you've been saying or doing in our rotations, in our practices, and this was finally all right, it's go time.
I'm gonna hit the guy. I just can't stand it. It's the end of the season. We've been around each other for so long, and I just can't stand it. And look, that's something that fans don't get. That when you have a whole season, like when you play on a team, anybody's ever played on a sports team, that there's players on the team that you like, that you hang out with, and there's players on the team that you don't for whatever reason. And maybe that you just, this person's a little too full of themselves, this person's a little too this, I don't like that they did that, this person's cheap. When we go out to dinner, they never put in enough money for the tip. They always say, they do the math wrong, whatever it is. But usually when you play in a sports team, if you're playing in high school or you're playing rec league, you don't live with them 24/7. It's not like you play softball in a rec league, and I don't like Jimmy because the guy's a knucklehead, and I still can't find my wallet from the game that time. Jimmy, I think Jimmy took it. Whatever.
Wow.
It was.
I got Jimmy being a thief.
Well, no,
it's one thing if he was just an agitator. You like your taste in movies, women, or booze. Now you got him stealing stuff.
No, I was just thinking, what would I bring to the field that I could be missing and I wouldn't know? And my wallet. But now I would probably leave my wallet in the car. But anyway, so it's whatever reason. But when you travel with them and you see them every day at practice and you go through that and you play against them and everything, you're around them all the time, whether you like them or not. It boils over. That's why the Timberwolves announcers were like, you see this all the time. I remember the couple of times I got a fight.
But that's just it. How calm they were. Like, there was no inflection in their voice whatsoever. It's like you almost waited for the line of, this has been brewing. I mean, that's kind of the way it was announced.
It was almost like Jim Nantz was doing it. And here's the approach on 16, and he sticks it 3 feet from the pin. Wow, what a shot by John Rahm. He looks like he's going to wear the green jacket.
Unflappable.
Yeah, it was very, very much a tradition unlike any other. It was so I get it. And I get why the fight happens, and now Gobert is suspended. Some teams would do this, and some teams would not. Right? Some teams would say, hey, okay, boys will be boys. That's great. We got a big playing game tomorrow. All right, Rudy, you're going to play. Everything's fine. We're handling this internally.
You might have had a lot of guys on the team, though, that said, we'll see this guy in hell. You got to keep him away.
Well, they still want to win, right? And they know
you want to win,
the best chance to win.
But if he's that guy, I mean, again, it's all speculation at this point. But you're trying to figure out, to your point of, hey, you still want to win, so to take action this drastic would mean there's something a little more to it, right?
Yeah, or some teams still operate under when you have transgressions, you're going to pay for them, and other teams operate under we don't care. Doesn't matter. And we'll take the heat on social media and on the radio and on television. Yeah, we don't care about doing the right thing. So some teams, it could have gone either way with Gobert, right? Could have gone either way with him. They could have suspended him. They could have. Now we know the Timberwolves are a team. Hey, we're going to suspend Rudy Gobert, right? So now their chance of beating the Lakers has just gone into the toilet. So somehow, if any team can find a way to blow this game, it is the Lakers. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they win this game tomorrow.
Well, don't forget McDaniels. Like, we can talk about Gobert all we want. How dopey is McDaniels? Right? He's getting a free pass because of the Gobert thing. Like, he self-inflicted a broken hand. Like, what the hell are you doing, man?
You don't know that. Maybe the locker said something to him and he didn't like it. He went back at him.
You know what? He had trouble with that lock all year, and finally it just boiled over using the same logic. But it's your body's your instrument, your body's your living, all of this stuff. It's like, and I get it. We got to put speed bags in the hallway so guys punch those instead? What are we doing?
You know, Locker, you've been riding me all season with this. Oh, I'll open sometimes. I won't open. Now I'm going to get even with you. I'm going to punch you in the breadbasket.
The lock they issued me, it sticks sometimes on that final number, and I tell you.
You get like the time-lapse video of all season long of him having trouble with the locker, and then the equipment guy has to come and do it for him every single time. I'm just done with this locker, man. I'm done with it. I'm done. But I will say this. If we're looking at the Lakers moving past the Timberwolves now, because likely that's going to happen because you're talking about two of their better players now who aren't going to be playing. Lakers get out of this. If they end up in eighth, I like their chances. They could lose this game and still win and wind up. If they wind up in seventh by winning this game, I don't like their chances against Memphis. As well as the Lakers have been playing, I don't like it against a younger team that's going to just run them out of the gym. I don't like that. I like their chances against Denver a hell of a lot more. They've given Denver problems, and now the new line, and there is something to be said because it's a new Laker team. You got to judge them after the trade deadline, where their backcourt, because LeBron got hurt, fell into an incredible pairing between D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves. That's working great. Anthony Davis has stayed the dominant AD we saw earlier in the season. And LeBron has come back with a bit of a, hey, this might not be my team. They could push me out now, because the reaction when I was injured wasn't like, LeBron, when are you coming back? It's we can win without him. So, hey, now I got to make sure that I control my destiny if I want to continue to play with the Lakers, or if I want to go someplace else. I don't want the Lakers to push me out. So now LeBron has come back, and he's reinvigorated. Now Rui Hachimura coming off the bench has had pretty good games. Now he's got a pretty defined role. So yeah, watch out for the Lakers. They're playing well, but I'll tell you, I don't like the matchup against the Memphis Grizzlies. If somehow they were to lose to Minnesota, and maybe that's a strategy thing, maybe they like the matchup with the Nuggets better, I don't know, but I don't like them against Memphis, but I love them against Denver. And if they wind up playing the Nuggets, that's going to be a first-round upset. But they play against Memphis, the series will be too long, and the Lakers will wind up going home.
The curiosity with this Lakers squad, right? Because early in the season it was, if they're healthy, ... And that was with the original cast of characters. That's before Russell Westbrook was sent away. And then give Rob Pelinka credit. I think it's been kind of quiet in terms of, throwing the flowers in that general direction. He did the wait, hold, I got a gladiator, and then finally, all right, now we attack, and made the trade at the deadline. And before the season, it was a lot of, all right, LeBron, you're going to get yourself out of this mess. Well, Pelinka made a deal that towards the back end of the season, from the All-Star break on down, defensive metrics are through the roof. You've got role players that have come in. You mentioned Hachimura. We've talked a lot about Austin Reeves and how much money he's going to be able to command now, seemingly every day. It was like the stock market when the tech bubble all those years ago. Wait, it went up another $50 today? Damn right. Austin Reeves dollars seem to be doing that. LeBron trying to reestablish himself, did that little thing of crowning himself. You know how much I love that kind of stuff.
But you love it. You love it when he calls himself the king.
Yeah, 100%.
You love that. King.
But they're playing well, and they're healthy. And Anthony Davis has played tremendous basketball. He's missed only 2 of the last 29, 30 games. And while he will scare you at least twice a game when he goes down to the court, and you're waiting on the Hulk Hogan shaking himself back up as the crowd gets excited. Right here he is, hulking out and getting back after it. That they're dangerous in this spot. Denver, for all of the success in the regular season, we don't know about what these guys are going to be able to do come the playoff time. I don't want to dismiss them, but it certainly makes for an intriguing matchup. And Memphis was a team that we loved coming in. The attitude at times is something they may need to curb a bit, and just remember that you got to win first to really validate that. I mean, I like acting like you've been there and being the champ and having that chip on your shoulder and all that stuff, but eventually you do actually have to win to justify it.